Hey everybody, it's Scott Huver with Hollywood.com, and we are here at the Oceana Partners Gala, where some of the biggest names in Hollywood turned out to remind us all how important the oceans are to everybody. When did you first fall in love with the oceans? When did it become your passion?
I think, it was Jacques Cousteau in the 60s and all that. Before I ever even saw an ocean, I was in love with the oceans. And then as quick as I could, I moved, here and started scuba diving and never looked back.
I grew up in Vancouver, British Columbia, which of course is a city that is the ocean is very intrinsic to that city. And I think that I grew up just understanding that the health of the ocean is key to the health of humanity.
When did you have that first kind of light bulb moment where you realized the fate of the world kind of goes with the fate of the ocean?
I've always been fascinated with the ocean. I could choose to live at the ocean in a second if I could afford it. I think I understood it very young, that the ocean was way bigger and more powerful than I was. The first time you're pummeled as a kid, you're in the water, you're having a really good time, and then the first time you really get pummeled, I think, is the moment that you really go, this is bigger than me.
The first time I went scuba diving was just the most magical thing in the world. I mean, it's the most beautiful world, and we've got to stop killing it.
Children played a factor. I literally did have that experience of walking Santa Monica Bay with the sign, "Don't swim, water polluted," and having my little kids at the time ask me why, and not being able to answer that, because we all look at the oceans and go, they're huge, they're beautiful, what's the problem?
I think that the tragedy, the way I perceive it, is that there are hundreds of thousands of undiscovered species, and we're probably going to destroy half of them before we have a chance to name them and identify them.
One important or simple thing you think everybody can kind of do to start change?
I think the most important thing is realize that they can make a difference. I think people are too sort of lazy and they think, well, I'm just one person, what can I do?
Go to people who know what they're doing. Go to Oceana, go to Heal the Bay. Go to people and say, I will help you do what you now spend your entire day doing, which is protecting the ocean.
We don't need all the stuff that we think we need. If we live within limits, then we won't overconsume, we won't overpollute, we won't overfish, and we won't warm up the ocean temperature, which will destroy all the reefs on the planet.
People just need to respect the ocean more, and that's why organizations like this are so important, because they try and keep these issues in people's faces, and hopefully people if enough people get together with a loud enough voice, changes will happen.